Hello, you beautiful, beautiful souls. Welcome to your Taurus video. Hello, you beautiful Taurians. I'm a Taurus moon, so I can relate to your sign, especially in my emotions. And I didn't even know that I was going to do your video today. I had no clue that I was going to do your video today. Give me 1 second. Okay. It's been a long time I haven't done a Taurus video. Probably a couple of years, and I went and started another channel, and now I'm trying to get this channel going back again. And I was sitting outside. Look at this. This wants to move. Isn't that interesting? And I was looking at the flowers and the bees, and I literally heard, go do a Taurus video. And I stayed sitting there, and I started thinking about the Empress, because I have a tarot deck that has an Empress card where she's just sort of sitting there, and the Empress can, be embodied by a man or a woman, but the Empress was sitting in the garden, just looking out, seeing the flowers. The bees were around. There were a couple of children playing, and it really started making me think about how Venus, your ruling planet, can really embody how the simple things are beautiful. Even though your sign loves and rules luxury, right? The finer things of life. But this is like the natural beauty of nature, Mother Earth, which you are known for. My mother was a Taurus. She was born on Earth Day in America, April 22nd. And I don't know why, because I'm an Aquarius sun sign, and I normally can handle my emotions pretty good, and I just started getting very emotional. I went and picked these flowers. In the sun, they looked much prettier. These are just from my front yard. The sun was hitting the red and the purple, and they were looking so pretty. And maybe I should have left them there, but I was told to pick them for you. Maybe you'll have a child hand you a flower, okay? Maybe you've been busy working and not able to do some of the things that you like because you're busy working on your life or the things that you want. And what made me think that is because, now this doesn't want to stay in place. And I guess maybe there's something about imperfection being perfect, because this is not staying in place and it's bothering my OCD, but I'm being guided that this is perfect the way it is. And I don't know, maybe you're emotional. Maybe there's an Aquarius in your life. I don't know, because I'm a sun sign Aquarius. So we're going to do a reading for you, but I feel emotional. And I really feel emotional about just sort of things, like as I was looking around, sort of things that could be going on in your life. Like, just things. It doesn't have to be like it will affect you, but it's not affecting you. So example, I was looking around at my yard, and my yard was not the way I wanted it. I like to have a garden, but I haven't been able to garden. I like to have pretty flowers and plants, but I live where there's a water restriction, and so there's even a drought, not really a drought, but there's like a fire watch for my state, because everything is dried out. There's no water. We have water, but we have to use it for drinking or bathing, and we can't. There's a restriction, so everything looks really dried out and brown and yellow. And we had rain a couple of days ago. These sprouted up, and it just reminded me that my yard doesn't look the way I want it to look. I want my yard to look nice. Maybe you're looking around at your life, Taurus, and there's some things that maybe you want to do, you want to change, but maybe you can't. Maybe you're too busy, or it's just whatever. Maybe you can't. There's restrictions. They're out of your control. I don't know. But then I started Then I came inside, all right. And again, I started seeing things inside of my space that I didn't like. And it was just sort of like reality hitting me in general about my life. So I don't know if that's where you're at as well. Like just sort of things, just sort of reflecting, looking at your life, maybe the time, maybe what you're able to do or not do, maybe who you're able to spend with. Maybe there's something you want to do. Maybe you want to do something simple, just like go out into the garden or plant something or enjoy yourself or just sit and relax and sort of take in some of your hard labors and efforts, things you've worked hard for, and just sort of like enjoy them. But it's like maybe you can't. Maybe you have to work, or maybe there's something obstructing you fully. Like maybe there's, a little mess, or something's a little noisy, or just, and maybe it's just some little minor interference. But then when I came in, I heard opera music, don't know who. I heard opera music, and then I started hearing like the glamorous life. So Taurus, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know who's in your life. I don't know why I feel so damn emotional. But I do. And if we're relating, let me know. Because I feel like you are going to get that life you want. And I feel like you are going to get to that point where you're able to take a break, smell the flowers, literally, or plant them. And I feel like you're going to literally get to bask in the sun, so to speak, on your efforts and your labor and what you have brought into fruition into this world that is good and that is beautiful. And I feel that you're also going to reflect on the things that you are able to change and control within your own power. Now in the pre-shuffle, I got a card of Emergency Room from this deck, Lenormand meets Tarot, which had some of this flowers in it. So I don't know if Spirit was telling me like a building, giving me like a building, and you know, like a house or a space, and you were going to decorate it, or if it was literally saying like slow down. But then I went and clarified those cards, and it sort of looked like a masculine energy, the Emperor, which would be your counterpart, right, in life, could end up there because of missing the Empress. So I don't know. If it is you and you are working hard, don't forget to take time out and take care of yourself. But there could be somebody who is really sad and missing you. And I don't know whose feelings I'm picking up on anyway. Because I was fine. I was fine until I went outside, and then I started getting emotional. And Taurus, it says, Taurus. So maybe this is a new thing that the divine is going to gift me, the ability to just, communicate which sign to do, what reading to do. I don't know. But I was told to pick flowers, so I picked flowers. And I know, and the funny thing is, there is something about imperfection being perfect, because I did not have a vase or vase or whatever. And how appropriate that I used a measuring cup, and that I never use. And it's a 4-cup measuring cup, which 4 in tarot is home, stability. So I do feel like, maybe there's some feelings there. But again, if it's talking about your counterpart, maybe the counterpart is missing home, because the Empress will feel like home. Anyway, here goes my OCD, but whatever. And it's the thought that counts. I didn't go buy you flowers, Taurus, but I was told to pick them. There's got to be something that goes to someone who is doing this with their own hands. It's so easy to buy something and just shove it in your face, but it actually takes effort to go around, walk around, cut that. So maybe there's someone who's going to be doing that, coming around, walking, putting effort, all right? And it could be this Emperor type of energy. I had also gotten in the pre-shuffle snake energy, and I mean, if this doesn't say, stop and smell the flowers, also make a wish. I have this on my table as well, but it makes a mess, so I didn't want to put it there and get on my marble, because it's really, marble is so porous. But I actually have one of these behind the camera, See, they make a mess. See, they go everywhere. But um, maybe you remember doing something like that, making a wish as a kid. Also, maybe you're an April 22nd, a Taurus. I don't know. But definitely take time to stop and smell the flowers. Now, I feel like there's an end to some sort of karmic situation, okay? Because this is a transformation, right? The snake can definitely change skins, and then this is an ending, but right after an ending, there's a new beginning. And sort of like I picked these flowers, I sort of pruned these weeds. Some people might call them weeds, but they're just natural flowers of the earth that I can't seem to. This flower right here has been like a burden to these other flowers, which is interesting how nature talks to me. Like, this has been sort of a heavy burden. I've tried to make this flower fit in, and it's sort of overbearing on these other ones that want to sort of stand out on their own. Maybe that kind of relates in its own message to you. I don't know. I don't know. I need to just let this go already, but like I say, it's sort of my OCD. I'll move the candle over here. So I'm going to look up really quickly here. This first card that came out was the snake. This is my newer deck, so I don't know. I don't have it memorized yet. And it talks about the slithering snake is in itself a sign of betrayal and deceit. The so-called forked tongue, a feature of reptiles, is used to refer to people who are insincere. You see how that flower is just sort of overbearing? Maybe this is a karmic and just sort of shadow, like a overbearing shadow on things. I don't know. So, this animal always has been considered a symbol of wisdom, though. The snake is represented in the symbol of the caduceus, staff, and is therefore linked to medicine and the god Asclepius. It's a Greek god. I'm sorry, I cannot say my Greek words unless we're saying gyro. I can say that. So it might indicate a need to see a doctor for health problems. Okay. Therefore, the card usually has a negative connotation except for in some cases, such as when it appears to the four-leaf clover or the bouquet. Well, it's an ending. It's linked to an ending. So in the other deck, there was a hospital that came out. So maybe there's going to be careful, like I say, watch out for your health. With the sickle card, which is this one, it contains an element of a rift, suffering, and laceration, but it's also it's not also completely negative, as I was trying to say. I can't speak right during Mercury retrogrades, and half the time even I can't speak right regardless. But anyways, Taurus. So it talks about a tree can be seen in the distance. It is the cycle of rebirth. It is cut to give strength to the earth and hope for a new harvest. So there might be something that's ending and then being reborn. Okay, maybe it has something to do with the health. Maybe it has something to do with what's karmic. But you see, look at all this regrowth. You could be having a growth removed, quite literally. Or someone close to you, if it's something like that. Or it can be, in the pre-shuffle, I did get like a full recovery if there's any health issue. But still, if there's something you need to check out. 22 talks about the path. And it says, as we meet this card, we should reflect. We should not make any rash moves. The path represents a choice to be made, in particular in investments, in friendship, or with a stranger, which we may regret. It represents unforeseen events, traps, and in the picture, the squirrel makes a dandelion seed fly away. We should be careful not to waste any opportunities. This card will return well, it'd be negative if it's associated with a cough and a broom or whip, which is not. All right. I feel like if you're having some sort of health issue, you will have a full recovery. I feel like it could be something very quick. It could be a procedure, and also, just like even cosmetic stuff. But I also feel like in the pre-shuffle, I got the masculine energy and I got sadness. So, that's what was linked to this, was sadness for me. Also, if there's any loss, okay, because I see the grave on the bottom, or there was anyway. If there's any sort of loss, again, there it will be a time and you will move on from it. But we have this boomerang, and it says a repeating process, returning, starting over, but it came out in the reverse. And we have obstacle, a situation that makes it difficult or prevents something from happening. Sort of like this heavy flower here. It's like a heavier growth on top of something else that's trying to flourish. So whatever the obstacle is, Taurus, I feel like it's being removed. And here is the 4-leaf clover. So I don't know what this transition brings, okay, because it can be linked to something negative depending on the other cards. Well, whatever it negative is, there's a recouping, there's a regeneration, there's luck around it. And again, I'm just drawn to all the flowers, like the red flowers in the sun. These red flowers looked so beautiful when the sun hit them, and they just kind of look bland on the table here. But there is something that is going to be regenerating in your life, and it could have to do with money, because look, I kept hearing glamorous life, and I kept hearing, I heard that song, and I kept hearing opera music. So I do feel like there's going to be definitely changes in your finances. I can't talk. Definitely changes in your finances. Okay. So whatever this reflection is, whatever this emotions are that I'm feeling, they're valid, okay? And there's going to be changes that follow, positive changes that follow for you. Let's see what we can get out of these tarot cards. All right. Let's see if I can talk. These cards are more masculine. These cards are more feminine. And I don't know, maybe that's why I was guided to use them. I don't know. Anyways, let's pull 9 cards for Taurus. 5 of Pentacles. It's not a home without a Taurus, is it? The Empress makes a home. Venus makes a home. But it is a card of feeling left out in the cold. It is a card of leaving a house or a place. Again, whatever. There's a transition. It's a card of health as well. Okay? It's a card of that. So, again, we've already gotten, between pre-shuffle this and this, 3 health cards. But I feel like there's a return. Whatever. If it's a health issue, I feel like it's a return. I also feel like if it's a masculine energy, there could be a return. And for some of you, if it's your children, okay, if this, trip or health spell or whatever, there's like a recovery, especially for children. We're in flu season as well, because for some of you, it's related to a family. And something about, if there's not enough money for something, okay, and your feelings about that. Again, I'm feeling emotional. And if there's something that you can't afford, and it has to do with health coverage, health care, a health procedure, I do see that there's money coming for that. Knight of Swords, Gemini energy, relatively fast, but it's also a knife, it's a sword, and 9 of Cups, reverse. If it's a person coming toward you who misses you, they could be cutting something out of their life rather quickly. If it's a health procedure, it could require like a snip, like this, and it's done. It's quick and it's over. Full recovery. Because, like, I feel like it could be, like, if it's health, I feel like it could be like a little, it's just like a little, what are those things called? Like a little growth, a little cyst, a little something, and it's just isolated. But I can't do those type of readings. I mean, I can't do that. I can't do legal advice. I'm reading cards here, so don't pay no mind to me, Taurus. We have the Chariot, and it's sideways, okay? So that's a process of something happening. I'm really drawn to the flowers, so really try to smell the flowers. Really try to, because something's going to be nipped in the bud for you. And it's going to have a lot to do so that you can move forward, all right, in a positive direction. 8 of Wands in the center of your reading. That's a very positive card to have. Next to the Chariot, it literally could involve travel. I have 3 travel cards. Knight of Swords is travel. I have the 2 fastest cards in the tarot deck. So, and there you go, 8 of Cups. There could be some sort of communication, travel, going to the place you want to go, all right? If you're trying to get money to go, you're going to have that money to go. Or clearance, if it was clearance, okay? 8 of Pentacles reverse, if it had something to do with not enough money, well, it's coming. Maybe it's not here right now, but it's coming. And here's the health and wish fulfillment, whatever. We have Aquarius energy, Virgo energy. Maybe you have that in your chart or someone near you who has that. And this is why I use this deck. This reminded me of you. The lady in the red on the table reminded me of you, because when it comes to money, man, Taurus is really savvy. You know, Venus is a boss bitch. Let's keep it real. And this is the reason I use this deck, even though it's sort of masculine energy. So I feel like your finances are getting better. You're going to be able to do and have the things you want, the finer things in life, but also like the best health care and the best, like whatever it is that you want, you're going to have this money for it, okay? Let's get another card that we're going to clarify. And here's the 10 of Wands. I mean, some of you can literally be getting, you know, I do see you're aligning with somebody here. You know, the interesting thing about the Empress energy, which I'm sure you already know, Taurus, Venus energy embodies all the queens, okay? And, you know, then meets their match, like their true match. They're masculine, they're feminine, they meet their true match. And there's something that's ending here. I have an older person, a younger person is what it looks like right here, but I have a definite match. And I have, honestly, I just feel like your love lights up somebody's world, okay? Your love. You see the rainbow here. This is sort of that Midas touch, but imagine having the Midas touch but like on steroids, because it's Venus. It's Venus. Now, someone could be sort of homesick, lovesick for you, and they're the ones who end up in the hospital, okay? If there's something about money and that procedure, whatever, I feel like it's coming for you. Definite changes I see. There's an end to something. And it really looks like your finances are going to be really good. Really good. Possibly after even someone in your area and your energy is cut off, because, you know, 5 of Swords, if nobody's going through a surgery, okay, 5 of Swords is like cutting off some sort of game player some sort of gaslighter person that would be dragging you down, right? When you're trying to do something, somebody's like, "Oh, that's not going to go nowhere, Taurus. That ain't." You know, it could even just be cutting out a personality type and taking your boss bitch power back. Because I just feel like some people are going to take a stand. They're going to have followers, you know, and some people are going to have to take a seat. Because you are really the one that's going to be calling the shots, whether you believe it or not at this moment. Because we're starting off, this reading is, you know, I want to say the word bleak. We're starting off like that. Like, why? Why are we starting off bleak? Is it this emotions? Are you picking up on someone missing you? Are you dealing with yourself or someone close who is having a health issue? I don't know. Tell me about that Five of Pentacles. It's Eight of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the upright. It's almost like it's like if somebody were to say to you at the doctor's office or through a test or something, okay, you have a genetic predisposition for this. It runs in your family, okay? Then it's like, oh my gosh, like I don't want to get this health issue. I need to separate myself from that. Or hearing bad news about a person, okay, in your energy, and it's like, no, I got to free myself from that. So whatever it is, it's like we're starting off this reading with, you need to free yourself from something, or you're literally, your travel plans are blocked. Okay, if you're traveling, it's like, I can't travel because, you know, my kid is sick. I can't travel because of, you know, this, and it's delayed. But it's just, look at it, if it's like that, if I'm hitting with you right, Taurus, it's a delay. But for some of you, somebody's homesick, missing you, and they want to return because that Two of Wands is in the reverse. And that Two of Wands in the reverse, for me, is returning, traveling to you sooner rather than later. Tell me about that Knight of Swords. That's rather quick and swift. And that's a change. And the reverse, Death card, you know. So for a lot of you, it's, you know, the issue is an external person having issues. Could literally be working themselves up sick or having a health scare. I don't know. Because someone can't sleep at night because they're thinking of you right here. Taurus, the Empress. Wanting to be with you. All stressed out that it could be literally affecting someone's health here. I don't know. But that's what it's looking like. For love, someone's homesick and missing you. And about ready to cut out whatever the hell is in the way that's been overbearing for them. If it's you, you're having a full recovery as well, because we have the luck. We have it right there. Tell me about that Nine of Cups in the reverse. Okay, this is not my wish for myself, and we have all this money. So it's like, if it's money, like, you're really manifesting some shit. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of manifestations you're putting together here, and those manifestations take money, and it looks like you don't have no help. So if you want this to happen in your life, you're like, I gotta make this shit happen for me, and you do. And then that's when people are on your ass about it, if it's like that. Tell me about that Nine of Cups. 10 of Cups is like, I want my person though. So if this is that person who's thinking about you, okay, that you're masculine, yeah, they're thinking about you. If you're picking up on, like, if you're fine and all of a sudden you're just like, you get sad for no reason, sort of like I did when I was getting into your energy, you might be picking up on someone's sadness. Tell me about the Chariot. It's sideways. It's the only card that's sideways. It's a process for me. Strength card, and it landed on this person. So if this person is sick, you're masculine, they're trying to recover. If this person was in their ego, they're having an ego death. Because the bottom line is this person misses you, Taurus. And the bottom line is this person is in the process of getting through something, getting beyond something, cutting something out to come be with you, and literally could be traveling to you. Because we have the journey, the Fool card. Like I said, you might be dealing with an Aquarius, an Aries, it doesn't really matter. But you might get a message. Because this person can't stay away any longer. Because this Eight of Wands can be travel and messages, you know, texting, and it's the Fool here. Tell me about the Eight of Wands, Eight of Swords. So someone can't stop thinking about you, and it keeps landing on like this person who you light up their life, whether you know it or not. And it looks like they're coming toward you. They're letting go, they're releasing or being released. Tell me about the Eight of Cups, and then they're going toward you, because literally walking out the door. So they're either releasing themselves or being released. I don't know. But there's all this energy that's with them that's like this Five of Swords reverse. Again, I mean, they could have gone through a medical procedure, medical something. All right. But they could be releasing somebody who's always just sort of sabotaging them, like gaslighting them, playing mind games. Whatever it is, Queen of Swords. The energy is like, I'm done with this. So if you might be done with something, Taurus, or somebody, it looks like there's someone who's done with something and sort of coming your way. Yeah, because you got Two of Wands reverse, coming, incoming. But you also got Two of Swords here, all of this thinking about, you know, what is it I need to cut out in order to have what I want to have. So if it's you and your money and there's something you're trying to obtain, you're like, what do I need to cut out? I need this. I want this. But I just keep seeing two people. Again, if this is someone coming toward you, what do I need to cut out? Because maybe there was a hard time figuring that out with the Eight of Pentacles reverse, or like I say, which isn't, you know, has something to do with work. I can't go do what I want to do because I got to work. Don't work yourself to death. Stop and smell the flowers. Because this might be you over here making that pentacle while others are playing, but this could also be, if you're not the one, because I feel like you're always working on your bank. But I feel like this is really a masculine energy. And there's something going on with them. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Maybe they don't feel like they have enough. Maybe you're making more bank than them and they feel like they're not good enough. I don't know. Maybe there's a Leo in the way. I don't know. Fire sign. You know, we have Aries, Leo, Sag. Maybe somebody is, you know, breaking off because Two of Cups is reversed. But this is like an 11-11. This could be your divine counterpart. You could be seeing 11-11. But there is some sort of energy that a masculine in your energy is going through. And they are thinking about what can they cut out? How can they cut it out so they can be with you? And also, if they're good enough for you. If they make enough money for you. Because maybe they want to give you the finer things as well. But I feel like you're not waiting on anyone to give you anything. You're out there you're getting it on your own. Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Seven of Cups, Eight of Pentacles reverse, and Queen of Pentacles. You know, maybe you've already cut this person off. And you're working on your bag and they're watching you and they're like, they're seeing you have all these options now because you're not where you were. But it's clearly looking like a King and a Queen of Pentacles are not together. And it has to do with the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, you know. It's really showing up this Emperor person. This Emperor person wants to come toward you. But there's something about the King of Pentacles reversed and the Ten of Pentacles upright. So what the hell is that? Are they still not wanting to commit, but they want to be with you? They're homesick for you, and they're stuck thinking about you. I'm going to tell you, this Emperor is stuck thinking about you, period. If you got a twin flame, a divine counterpart, they're legit stuck thinking about their Empress. The problem seems to be around money and Pentacles. Let me get another deck here. I want to know, why are the Eight of Pentacles reversed? The King and Queen of Pentacles reversed. Seven of Cups. What are my options and choices and when it comes to cutting things out or making things happen? Tell me about that Eight of Pentacles reverse. King of Pentacles reverse. It's almost like someone's trying to make enough money to be with you, to give you the life you want. It's like a heavy burden for this person. Like, I want to give Taurus the life they want. I want to come toward them, but I don't have enough. Tell me about, I mean, it could be the other way around, you know. It can be, because, you know, it doesn't matter, but it's like that. It seems like it's something about money. I either got to make money, I gotta cut something out. But I see this boss bitch energy, and this is the reason I grabbed this whole deck. Like, this is how I see you. So if you don't have money, you're going to. You might even have to hire some employees. Tell me about the Six of Pentacles. Knight of Cups reverse. You could have somebody who wants to date you and they feel like they don't have enough. But you could also, this could be you need to expand and you need help. You're growing. Your money's growing and you need help now. You can't do it all on your own because it could be stressing you out, affecting your health, affecting your sleep. It's like, what do I do? It's again, it's like, how do I, and it can even talk about like, how am I going to manage this money if you're growing like that, Taurus? You know, how am I going to manage this? I need help. I can't do it all on my own. But I can't stop seeing this masculine. Look, this masculine Emperor person, they're a little bit further down. And maybe it's because this Emperor has what you have. I mean, when the Emperor and the Empress are in the upright, but this person is showing up, they can't stop thinking about you and they want to come toward you. And there's, you know, there's something with this money. Maybe they're watching you make money and they don't, and now they feel inferior. I don't know. Tell me more about that Six of Pentacles. Someone could have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces in their chart as well. Nine of Cups. And someone could be wanting to help you build this, watching you from the sidelines. Obsessively, you got an Emperor thinking about you, period. And all they want to do is come towards you. Again, it's like this money and there's the success. Maybe you have made something grow from nothing, or maybe you are. But again, this is a person who's sort of missing you, feeling left out in the cold. And maybe if you're the one now, you're working on this success, they might feel a little bit threatened by that, and they might not know how to like talk to you. Again, and they could also be trying to break up with the karmic. There's a karmic energy here too, and they might be trying to figure out, how the hell do I break up with the karmic, because I really want to go be with my Taurus. Give me a card for that Ten of Wands, and then we're going to close out. I hope I hit the mark for you guys. If I didn't, I'm sorry. Maybe this is someone's reading here. I haven't done a Taurus reading in probably a couple of years, but here you are. on somebody's mind and they're not telling you. And that's how we're ending this. We have Scorpio energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Emperor energy, Aries. We have all of the signs here, Taurus, okay? But this is the energy of, I'm thinking of you. I'm not telling you I'm thinking of you. I'm holding back. It's such a burden for me. I miss you. I'm homesick. And you're just embodying this. And like there's flowers in her hair. And I was just guided to pick flowers for you. So, you know, yeah, I wish I could have picked you roses, honey. But I don't have a rose garden. And if I did, my city and my town that I'm living in would not let me use enough water to water them. So we're going to close out. We're going to close out Taurus with the Enchanted Map Oracle deck. Taurus, advice, messages. What do you want Taurus to close out with? Landed on the Nine of Cups, the magical shapeshifter. See, I feel like you're making money moves. I feel like you're in your emotions too, because someone's in their emotions. Either it's I'm picking up on your masculine or you, but somebody's in their emotions. But everything turns to the better, okay? Everything. So if you're going through something right now, Taurus, it's going to improve. So we have the magical map shifter card number 52. You could be seeing 222, 555, but also 52 equals 7, and that's the Chariot, which is fast. The Chariot is driven by the Emperor. And this is the Emperor. This is what's interesting. These two cards came out clarifying each other. The Chariot is driven by the Emperor. The direction in which this chariot goes depends on the balancing of the feminine and masculine energies. This is the Empress. And then this is taming the beast here. So, however you want to take it. 52. Magical map shifter. Spirit orchestrates everyone's destiny. When this is in the upright, the magical map shifter card arrives. It comes with a mission to make you aware of the people who come into your life to impact your personal growth. Perhaps you may meet a soulmate whose presence invites you to be the best you that you can be, or someone who leads you out of a difficulty into a place of safety and success. So I do see there's issues like around somebody's money and growth, and I do see two people aligning, so that would kind of resonate there. Pay attention to those individuals who cross your path today and cause you to reflect on your journey. Be awake and aware, and you'll recognize them for the important change agents they are. Your whole perspective about who you are and why you're here will shift. The magical map shifter always initiates you into a better version of yourself. You might even be thinking of changing how you make money. Who knows? Anyway, Taurus, I love you. I will see you in your next video. And namaste, my friends.